Hey everybody, now welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to tell you all about this ground in the back, this land which is not being used, but it did used to be used. It did have its usage, and it's a very sad story, and it's one I want to get into talking with you today, as that will then start off a series of what is going to hopefully be happening this winter. Please everybody, cross your fingers, because I've had them crossed now for the past 4 years. So, I previously posted that I work in real estate, and I currently have an amazing equestrian estate for sale. I mean, it's every equestrian person's dream, well, at least it's mine. Okay, you can have more fancy facilities, but anyway, for what it is in Spain, for what you can get for horses in Spain, which is very limited, that's amazing. That's the dream. Anyway, back to today. So, I'm here today on my plot of land, which I used to have horse stables. Going back 4 years ago, this whole back wall, which you can't see completely, but this whole back wall had stables. We had in total about 15 stables. And as you can imagine, if you're a horse person, and I'm very lucky to have a partner as well who is into horses. So between me and my partner, we had a full stable block. We had 15 horses. We had PRE stallions. I had a Lucy Dunham mare. You name it, we had it. Oh, of course we had the Shetland pony as well, which is Pedro, my daughter's pony. To the right side of me, right side? Yes, it's my right. My right side, we used to have an arena. And it was our paradise. Okay, we don't live here on the plot, but we would come here every day. We'd be with our horses. We got an arena. We're in a nice setting. It's not far from the beach. It's good, you know, for what it is, it's good. Apart from one thing, and that one thing is that we have a neighbour who is on the other side of the road to us, but she looks over to us. And she looks down on this property because this property's, well, not property, this land is a bit lower and her property is higher, so more like that scale. And she's had it against us from day one. Bear in mind, I met my partner 10 years ago, but he's always been into horses, and his family. So these stables were here for 30 years, 30 plus years. So you'd think that would be safe, but no. So anyway, we had a neighbour who doesn't like us. Don't know what reason. We've never even had a conversation with her. You know, each to their own. Not going to go into what everyone should be and what is and what isn't. You know, each to their own. Anyway, this lady had it against us, and for years and years she denounced us, which is basically complaining to the council. I mean, there's nothing to complain about. We're not like the general horse people over here which lock their horse in a stable and never get it out, or get it out once a year for the local festivals. We looked after our horses. We mucked out the stables every day. I mean, we have mangoes around us, mango trees, so we use the horse manure for that. Anyway, like I said, this story can go on for hours. I'm trying not to go on too much. Anyway, it came to the point that 4 years ago in February, after we've had lawyers against the battle, fighting this battle against this woman, she kept on winning. Don't know how, but she did. And it came to the point that we had an order of demolition, which we were told was not going ahead. So we had a set date in February, which the order of demolition was going ahead, but our lawyers said no, it has been paused. Anyway, my partner, the day of the demolition, or supposable demolition, said, I'm not gonna go up to the horses. I don't want the police to be about, and then they have to ask me questions. He didn't want to be involved, because obviously if they're going to do a demolition, then obviously you're going to have the council, architects, the police to, you know, anyway, big story, big kerfuffle. And so I said, well, I'm going to go up and go on a back road and go and have a little look from afar, so like a bit of spying. And it's a good job I did, because when I did see from afar, that the council had broken the lock on our gates and started removing the roof of our horses' stables while they were in there. So I came running, I phoned my partner while running, quick, run. Anyway, he got here and we had to get all the horses out. So as you can imagine, at that time having a full stable of 15 horses and nowhere to put them, literally nowhere. Okay, it might have been our error that we weren't prepared, but we were told that it wasn't going ahead. So when we find out that it is going ahead, what do? We had no option but to sell some of our beloved horses. Luckily, a lot of people know my partner and know that he's a very good horse trainer. He doesn't train horses for public. He might do for an odd friend, but it's not his main thing. It's more of a hobby, but as a Spanish man, he's very good and very patient and very kind, and he really does have a natural with him. Anyway, again, a whole other story. So luckily we managed to sell quite a few horses quite quickly. Some went to the UK. That was another very quick one. You know, we managed to get temporary stabling for the few days, and then most of them went. So we were actually left at the time with 4 horses, the 4 which we wanted to keep, and we managed to rent a plot of land where we've kept them ever since. I will show you where that is in another video, but please bear in mind we actually made their field shelters out of materials which they did not take from taking down the stables, so it's not ideal. But years later, this is just cutting the story really short, as I mentioned, but it can go on and on. Cutting the story short, I can finally say that this October, autumn, winter, so October, November, we are getting our stables back. So we are amongst with new lawyers, speaking to the council, because one of the other things is our horses are registered to this land. So you would think they could be on here and all that, because they're saying, the council, they don't actually mind the horses, it was the building. But the building was also registered, so none of it makes sense. But we're just going to leave it at that. So we are now looking at putting our horses back on this plot of land. I personally don't want to do that because, obviously, neighbour. And also because where this land is a bit more sunken in and we have land all around us, the air is a bit more stuffy. It doesn't really, like, there's not a lot of air, wind. And obviously with the heat, with the flies, you want a bit of a breeze, you want airflow. So we do have other plots of land, which is an option. It wasn't an option back then, but they are now. So, like I mentioned, we are getting our stables this winter. Very excited because we are actually being able to design them, which is the best thing. So yeah, very, very exciting. So I'm going to take the phone now and I'm going to show you a bit of this plot where they used to be. I will insert some pictures as well of what we did have here. I mean, ideally I don't have many photos, only because I didn't think they're going to be knocked down. So I didn't actually take any, you know, of like, oh, my pretty stables. So yeah, I'm going to stop saying and I'm going to show you what we have here at the moment. Basically wasteland, and we do have our trailer and the carriage here. But like I said, where they took away the stables, they also took away the undercover shelter for that. So fun. That could be a good expressive word. Fun. Right, let's show you about. There's nothing really here apart from lots of weeds, and there is a wild chicken. Don't know where that is today. Don't even know how it come here. But it's been here for 2 years. I mean, I put water out and I put food out and it's living. But hey ho, wild chicken. Right, let's show you what is left. So where I'm currently standing was the corner of our arena, which now the bushes are all in the way. So this is now all wasteland. There's our old horse shower area. Then from that wall where you can see well, my partner's stuff, was the stables. It ran all the way along this wall. Another way to the very end where we have now put a back bit of a lorry. Again, my partner has decided that he likes junk, so he's brought more stuff. And then you can see the horse trailer. And then you can see above the house, which I mentioned before, which has people who we don't like. But anyway, you can see some of our neighbours riding by. So yeah, this is our view and what there was and what there is now, nothing. Right, so thank you for watching today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. It is rather entertaining, but yeah, let's see what the future brings. I can share with you very shortly our plans for our future horse stables, as I think it's better to do them in shorter clips. I don't want to be boring people for long. So if you've enjoyed today's video, then please give it a like and subscribe if you want to. If you don't, not a problem. And I will see you very shortly for the next clip. Bye!